rid of negativity.
We need liberation.
Come on, come on.
We need love.
Let's share the love.
Where is the love?
This is the best time in our life.
Where is the love? Yeah.
When negativity don't have no power.
Where is the love?
This is our day to change for the better.
Where is the love? The love.
The brothers, the brothers, the brothers, the brothers, the brothers. All right. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining into the Brothers Podcast. We are here to tell the world just who we are. Shocking, you know, I'm about to hit that old school rap. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, it's a beautiful day today. It's December, and you know we have beautiful weather out here in Kansas City, Kansas. Mm-hmm. However, we are here to express some love. Cause that's what our topic up for the brothers is. Where is the love? This is podcast number 2. So what you want to do? You know, 2022 is coming in, right?
Yes, sir.
2022 is coming in. So, man, we gotta be doing something a little bit different than last year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, we want excuse me. We want to get into the point of time. We want to talk about time.
Yes.
You know, and one thing about time is, do we have a lot of time? Is there enough time? Are we behind time? Or are we in time?
That's right.
Are we on time?
Are we in time?
Are we what do you call it? Are we in bad times?
Are we ahead of time?
Yeah, are we ahead of times?
You know.
It's
Are
all
we
these
good times, not the story.
Right,
you know,
right. Good times, bad time, you know what I'm saying? Miserable time, you know. So we want to get into that, man, because that's a topic that everybody needs to, everybody's on that.
Yeah.
Everybody is on that, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And well, how was your day today, man, so far?
My day was very peaceful.
Yeah.
And I had the opportunity to watch a very, very good story about a father gets married or have a child with a sister that he fell in love with, or they both loved each other. But the time that he had, it wasn't like a full time. It was like off and on because he was a military man.
Mm.
So as time went on, since we're speaking about time, he took the opportunity to actually, or what they both did, to produce a child. And when this took place, all love, you know, it was all love. They was happy and this and that. But because he was in the military, you know, it made the time for them to really be a family, you know, kind of short.
Mm.
So what she recommended to him to do is write a journal. And he did just that for his son. So time is like, the meaning to it is to measure.
Mm.
So what he did was he measured the time that he had based upon writing a journal to his son, because he didn't know how long it would be while he'd be in the military away from his son, his wife, etc.
Mm.
So since he took the opportunity to do the journal, even though his life ended the way it did, he took the opportunity to speak to his son in such a way where his son he's always there with his son in the unseen. So, but if he never took that opportunity to go ahead and measure that, or he took the opportunity, it would never gave his son time to actually be able to grow while he's physically absent, but the mother is there. So he'll still have his father, but he'll have him in words, he'll have him in thought, he'll have him in a pure energy and pure relationship. Even though we understand that everything is spiritual, mental, and physical. However, in his case, he still put something in motion so his son won't be without. And I thought that was a very powerful, man, it spoke to my nature. And I was just like, wow, it just shows how, you know, the brothers, man, when we really being ourselves, no matter what, we're going to plant some things so that we'll be around forever.
Right,
so we take the opportunity to measure time, even for a child's growth and development.
I mean, even America had plant some things around so that they can show the history of this country, but they're tearing it down now. The horses, the old bicentennial and the old glory flag and all that. Yeah. They had statues of showing their history of why they were here. but yet all that's coming down. But that's a very good key point as far as the time, man. We don't have a lot of time.
Well, we don't even know the time.
That too, but we don't. That too, but we don't have a lot. Look, I only put it in this perspective. They say that you lived approximately between 65 to 75. You should be about here. You know what I'm saying? They average in by way of statistics that somewhere between 65 and 75 you should be about here. What I mean by being about here, mean me being off the planet, going somewhere. Who knows? However, now and if you think, let's look at it this way: the Social Security or your retirement or your time put in to work so you can now rest from your labor is damn near almost the time when you're supposed to expire out of here. Right. Why not you have a retirement around 30, around 25? Why we gotta wait till we about 65, 75, and they already know that around that time, around that era, around that bracket, you should be about here. Yeah. And if you have not set up no will, you have not set up no trust, if you have not set up nothing that will constitute for somebody else to reap from of your labor, then it goes right back into the state or the government or the system. So I'm looking at time. So now let's look at it from birth. Okay. From birth.
Right. From
the day you was born, from out of your mother's womb, up to 21. They say from 0 to 21. That time you still trying to figure who you are. You still trying to figure out why you here, what's going on, what's happening. You still trying. You in the point of discovering. Right. So now from 1 to 21, and they say that people that been here, they say that from 1 to 21, that means that you don't know nothing because you still just trying to discover who you are. Yeah. All right, so you got 21. So now from 21 to 41, this time in this area, you should have did a little bit. Right. You did just a little bit to say that that I learned enough not to do that again. Or not to, bump my head twice in the same situation. So they said that once you get to 40, you have reached your spiritual age, meaning that you should be at the point of where that you should be able to move around, navigate through the land without any resistance or negative situations or negative vibrations coming to you. So now you got from 40, 50 to 60. That's enough. So you got 1, 2, 3. So you got 41 to 60. Where this time, but damn it, you should got it together. You should be cruising like a goddamn Cadillac Brougham. You know what I'm saying? 88, whatever they call it. I don't know if it was Brougham. I think that was an Oldsmobile. You know what I'm saying? 88. Right. But you supposed to be down there with an 8. You cruising. You supposed to. But see, but look, between 41 and 61, you're supposed to be cruising. They say the expectation of you leaving the planet is between 65, 75. So you mean to tell me I got 10 to 20 years? 10 or 20 years right. to move about in this earth as I assume or seem fit to do as I will. This is what they say. You only got 10 good years? That's why I'm saying that the cycle or the system is out of sync with nature. Because how a tree can outlast man? And we're supposed to be above creation. Since we're supposed to be, as they say, close to God, next to God, God's right-hand man. You know what I'm saying? How come we got to be here so short? And I'm just throwing these things out here for food for thought. But if you look at it, how about you don't know when you get here, where you came from. All you know, you here. You're looking up, you just see everybody, you see babes, you ain't talking. and you here as a baby, trying to figure out where you at, but you came from somewhere. And now when you get here, you only got to span up from 41 to 61 to 61 to 75 to say that I have experienced a lot in life or I have accomplished a lot in life. You know what I'm saying? I have reached all the highest institution of learning.
You know, the idea about what you said is related to, of course, what we're talking about, time. Also, you have energy. So when you think about time, it means to measure. It means to measure motion or the use of opportunity. So this is why opportunity is so important in this meaning, which is really a God meaning, to time, right? Because us as being parents, relating to time, measuring opportunities, when you break it down the way you did, and you take it from that perspective or that base, then we should take the opportunity to measure what it is that we need to have or would love to have within a span of 20 years, 10, 20 years, so that way the ones coming behind you will always have something to actually stretch out the time that you put forth. Say how you labor in the vineyard first. So you will measure a timeline for those that's coming behind you, be it your own children, your family, your friends, etc. So when you take the time to something, taking the time to measure from this opportunity that you have. So let's say the opportunity is, well, I want to measure and take this opportunity and measure for like 50 years. So let's say I'm going to build this farmland and I want to make sure it's locked in for the next 50 years. So you're going to put in not only the time or the measure of it, you're going to put the labor there, you're going to put things in motion, because the family members coming behind you, they'll take it for another 50 years. So it's like you take the opportunity to measure that. And when you do that, then you always have a line for those coming behind you, whether it's family or friends or whatever. But if you never take the opportunity, then you will miss out on time. So then you get 40, 50, 60, and then you looking like, man, what the hell have I been doing for the past 30, 40, 50 years? Right. You just been blowing through time. So that's why it's so important for us to put our energy, which is the force behind motion, productive motion, no doubt, beneficial motion, absolutely, considerable motion, no doubt, because you want to consider more than just you as an individual, especially if you have a family. You know what I'm saying? You want to definitely measure out what it is that'll be for your family when they come up and they come up behind you, so to say. Now they got something to stand on and take it further. So the time, since we're not really knowing exactly when you're going to exit, as my man Kai shared, even when you think about that, take that opportunity and that idea, run with it by getting busy. So you can stretch time, so you can have opportunities to always be able to have something going on and never missing out. And to the best of your ability, you don't have to be perfect, but just have progress being made. You know what I'm saying? And that's really important, as long as we take the time to take the opportunity to make it work.
And you know, and all of that, we still don't have a lot of time. Even though time is precious to each and every, there's 7 billion people on the planet, approximately 7 billion people on the planet, and everybody has their own time, their own journey, because we all came here at a certain time. We was born at a certain time. So when we got here, we have to be doing something, or we should be doing something according to the time that you here to your journey, so you can apply whatever it is that you apply in the time that is allotted for us to be on this earth, which is a short time.
Because when you measure it with how long the planet's been here, 75 years is a short time.
It is.
Because within the 75, like you was breaking it down, explaining it, 20 of that you're trying to figure out. So you take 20 from that 75, that leaves you what? 55. I hope my math is right. So now, after 20 years, you got at least 50 plus more years to do what you need to do before you hit 75.
Man.
So then even in the 21st years of your life, then you got another 10 from 20 to 30, you still in the time of figuring it out. Now some people, don't get me wrong, some people are very fortunate to have certain things to like aid them in their progress. But what is still developing is that spiritual realm, the 4 decades to bear witness to your life. So you got to get from baby stage to 40, which is the spiritual realm when you start at. So that's 40 years. So that leaves you with 35. So that's the 70. So now you're down to 3 decades and a half before the 75 mark, if my math is correct. So with that being the case, us as parents, not just biological, but as us being grown-ups, we must take the opportunity. Look at the time we're in. We're talking about time. Yeah, he cracked it up and break it down. So look at the time we're in and take the opportunity to not miss. Because give yourself that measure. Born 75, right? 75 years. First 40, let's just make it simple. First 40, you're gonna eat through that just by figuring things out. Once you hit 40, then you start seeing things in 4 decades. And when you see that, that leaves you with 3.5 decades left, meaning 35 years left.
Look. Gandhi. I 30 of my friend. Gandhi fasted, I don't know how long, but he took his time to show the world to fast. He wanted to get as high to the spirituality that he can't get by fasting and praying. Ain't that something? And that took some time.
Take some time.
But what did it accomplish? Because it's 2021. He did it. We looked at it. We saw it. We read it. We saw the video. We saw the movie. Now what? Who's fasting? Who's trying to start this up to the highest of the height to reach the what did you say? What is you touching?
The point is for you to take the opportunity to make a mark in time. The time that one has, biologically and even just life period. So now, here's the question I have.
Oh my God.
Who actually made the mark for that type of time measure? Where'd that come from?
That's what I'm saying.
Now you got people living up to over 100 years of age.
But that's a selective few.
Yeah.
It's not general. It's not. That's a special. We call that a specialty. Or you made it a 1 or 2. But even if you did make it to 101, 102, my grandparent went here 112. My dad went to 112. Okay, but look at him. He barely could look at you. Right. I hate to say it, but I'm just looking at life, man. Nature. You know what I'm saying? I mean, God forbid, we would love to do it, but I don't want to live no 112, 102, and I can't move, sit, shit, walk, talk. I can't do nothing. So everybody else got to do something for me. I'm just here to say that I'm 112 years old. Nah, man, it shouldn't even be that way. It should be the way where that when you get older, your body should become younger. Not that you get too older and you actually can't. You have reaped all the benefits of life. You done got all the money of life, and you're 100-something years old. And you got family, but you can't enjoy nothing because you at the point now you're ready to exit because of time, man. You got billionaires. Hold on. You got billionaires. You got all these people, trillion years of man. They only got a certain amount of time. Look at Biden. The president.
Yeah.
He ain't. Look, do you think he got a lot? You think he got 30 years? Look, who want to bet? You got some money, you want to bet? Put down there he got 30 years. Let's just bet on if he got 30. He ain't got no 30 years. He barely got 2. He barely got 2 years. So he gonna try to mess up the country before he get up out of here. Oh hell no! I'm gonna tear up every goddamn thing. Shit, but I gotta go anyway. So if I gotta go, I'm taking something with me. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have a lot of time. But we can't be wasting our time on frivolous things like chasing jewelry, chasing the money. I just had a conversation with an Arab, and we had a wonderful conversation concerning time. He said, "Man, you talking my talk." He said, "Man, you need to go to he was telling me to go to what's that place? Dubai. He said, "You need to go to Dubai." I said, "Well, one day I would like to go." How is it that we are a species on the planet, and You cannot even touch, feel, grab, hold on another part of the other 6 continents. Let alone come out of the zip code or the area code, which you are just to touch, just to feel the earth, the land, the air, just to grab. You can't. We stuck in one zip code. That's how we supposed to come on the planet to do just this. This is where we spit out 0 to 75 to be stuck in one area code for the rest of our life because we are operate under another man's ideology, a system. When God said, "Hey, I give it all of this is for you. You got 7 continents and 7 seas."
That's not really God's voice, but we get the point.
I give all of this to you. I give you my kingdom.
So,
Like,
so
well, wait a
now-
minute, God, I ain't got a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? How am I going to explore what you gave us to explore, and you let this man or another man take control of a whole system of the world that we only got to go do what he said? No, you can't leave here. Do you got a ticket? Do you got money? Do you got a license? If you ain't got no contract, you can't go nowhere. It's crazy, man.
Now that what Kai is touching on is very key. I know he's being humorous and all that, but now you have to go to the flip side of that, or the other ingredient, which is energy. You know, which is the force behind motion. So it's energy or life. You know, you have thoughts.
So don't let that overgloss them.
No,
You say what energy. Say what energy is. Energy. We talking about energy now. We talking about time, and we talking about energy. And if you just hold that thought, because since you're going to jump on the energy, I just want to say this about time. You don't think about time until something wrong happened. And I give you an example. If your hand was sitting right here, and I took a hammer and go bah and hit that hand, you'd be like, ah! Now you hurt. Now you want to figure out how long of time would it take for your hand to get back to its normal where that you don't think about it. Because time, you don't think about time. If you're doing what's right, you do. Only time comes in, and when it's wrong, got to be measured. You know what I'm saying? To figure out how long this thing will go so it can get back into its rightful place. But anyway, let's get back to energy. Energy. Let's go back to energy, what you were saying that as far as the definition of, because we need to know, define that.
The definition is the force behind motion. So you have energy of thought, and thought, of course, means energy directed, right? So now, when we're speaking about time, we want to be able to direct our energy to that which is going to stretch and measure and prolong our life as long as we will and do the right things to do just that. So for the body, you mentioned about the body has energy, of course. So now you want to, of course, do things where it actually prolong that and live a better life, prosperous, peaceful. So the energy has to be lively, though. You know what I'm saying? The food has to be lively. Your surroundings have to be lively, because you want to match the thoughts that you have, which is, you know, gives you direction. And when you do, then for an example, when you do that, you always have like when something takes place as positive, it's always a high vibration or vibration. Your vibration goes up. That's a small example of life and when it when being magnified. So when you have the physical realm, which we're in, you have to be able to take on and indulge into things that's going to prolong your life. And as far as like the right foods to eat, you know what I'm saying? Once again, the environment that you live, how you carry yourself, and then grow that. So that way everyone's energy, when you're magnifying, it's actually bouncing off and actually, interacting with one another, and everybody's all about magnifying life. You know how it is. You say, man, great minds think alike. Or, whatever you are, you attract to you. So that's true. So you want to attract those that's like-minded like you. So you want to have a positive energy, positive outlook, and you got to have application of it. So it just can't be one phase. You got to cover all aspects. So this way, when you're eating right, take care of your body, and you're thinking right, and you start doing right, you're going to produce just that. So if your environment's positive, you can have humor, you have the love, you have the time that's being serving you, basically, not you serving it. When it's all condensed that way and lived, that's how you actually stretch it out. You got to have the right energy. So this way our vibration will always be up. Even if somebody pass away, right? You're celebrating the life of what that person had lived. So this way it can cause you to carry forward. Once again, right back to what we were talking about as far as opportunity, measuring time. So if someone transitions physically, they're no longer physically there, then you take their life that they live, the positive of it, and you put it with you and you carry it on. That's one way. The other ways is actually producing activity. It's not just someone has to pass and then we celebrate life. We're supposed to celebrate life all the time.
Right.
Not just on those certain part of the month of the year, on the holidays and all of that. That's false right there. We're supposed to be real with ourselves as well as with others. So this way we can always inspire life in another person, not death. You know what I'm saying? So this way you don't have to be worried about 75 years. You just live, and you live as you will to live. It's as long as it's right and it's magnifying just that. So this way you have to be able to put the right ingredients in your body, your life, with your fellow man, woman, family members, etc., and then have the activity to do just that. Because really, you know, the human body, it could last as long as you will it to last. You just have to do the right things to do just that. You got to take care of it.
Yeah.
So you got to live in such a way, man, where you're not getting caught up having a community of negative within the body, keep it alkaline, etc. So it's so much we can get into. But that's the idea, man. We got to look at what's the energy that I'm putting towards me and all my surroundings. And if we keep thinking that, here it is at 2021, we about to step into 2022. You have people, and this is just something to think on. I don't have to, it's not a challenge or anything. You still have people today celebrating a certain time of the year, which is we know as being Christmas.
You go time again, but go ahead.
But there's time, right?
Mhm.
So for the past 50 years, just measure 50. We know in 50 years, you ain't never seen a Santa Claus come down your chimney giving you gifts. You know,
Never.
You've never seen it, right?
Never.
So what is really being magnified in that? You see what I'm saying?
That's
like,
key.
you know what I'm saying? Like that type of energy, that type of motion, it leads you because on that day everybody gets drunk, everybody get high, everybody go all their way. Then they carry that energy right to the end of the year, come right to the next new year, where everybody says, I'm gonna do New Year resolution. But you bringing the old and the toxic right into a whole nother year. You keep carrying that energy with you, all that baggage, right? For 50 years. Just measure 50.
Well, we've been here over 400, so that lie been going on for a long time.
And I only measure 50 because that's something that everybody can relate to.
Right.
And even you say 30 years, you can relate to 30. I know you're right. Over 400 plus years. But let's keep it right there where people can say, damn, yeah, for the past 20 years of my life, I do, you know, young people younger than us, they say, yeah, that's been told. But the reality is that type of energy or category you put your energy to, it ain't producing no life. It produces nothing but down energy. Because you go down, get juiced it, go party, blah, blah, blah. And then the new year, you extend it right to the new year, bye, bye, going on. Then you come right to the next year carrying that energy of no life.
So let me speak on that right quick, because you brought up a good key point.
There you go, man.
Man, I tell you, here it is, like you say, 2021, and we still carrying in time a lie.
Right.
For example, Christmas,
Yes.
Santa Claus. Now, mind you, some people think that that's just for the children to have a fantasy, just to believe in something, and you know what I'm saying, don't mess up their hopes and dreams, and you know what I'm saying, none of that, you know. But the ideal is that you got you know. And we don't need no documentation. We don't need no verification. You know just by nature that once you lie, you're gonna die.
So stop lying.
Cause you're gonna tell your child, all right, somebody told you that what you call it, Santa Claus
Right.
is real, right?
Right.
And you believed it because the person that's older you told you that
Right.
in your time.
And you have confidence in that what they share with you. Yeah.
So now as you grow older,
Right.
in time,
Yeah.
on time, on your birthday time. As you get older, you're wiser. Now you see that that story that was told to you is a lie.
Over time.
Over time, is a lie.
Yeah.
So now, all that time that they was took to you to say that this person outside of your family giving you presents.
Yeah.
Now you find out later in life that that is not true. Oh, Mom, Dad, come on, Mom. It was you all along.
Right.
Why are you trying to say it was this old fat, white beard coming down the chimney and sneaking in the house and giving us presents? Oh, baby, that's just Christmas. No! We just think that's, you're supposed to push that away. No! You told a lie! And made our children and me and everybody else accept it. And then we're talking about now this the hurting part in time.
Yeah.
We're talking about in time now. Then once you find out that it's a lie, why would you tell your children the same story?
Right.
Now, if that ain't brainwashing or wasting a lot of time, because that time could be used for something else that your children could be getting involved in something that is real.
Right.
Why would he go fake on some fantasy and got him wishing that, oh, if I do good at school, you know what I'm saying, that Santa Claus and the reindeers are going to come and bring. No, it's a lie. But the children be so happy. They're so happy. Did you see the children's face? With their rosy cheeks. They just want to sit on Santa's lap and just say, I just want to be good, But it's based on a lie.
Yeah.
So it's wasted time.
And wasted thought energy too. Because it causes a person to believe in something that's not even real. And that's just an example of many things that we all here in this country, around the world, has actually indulged in over our lives, by the way of time. So once you come to the truth of certain things, now it's time to step into actually sharing things that is productive for yourself and others. So this way we can produce a greater and better reality in which we're actually living. So like they say, or it's shared that when you have poverty, you have a lot of crime there. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because typically you have like starvation or opportunities, etc. So because we don't put forth our energy and genius towards rising above or producing non-poverty, then it will cause that type of toxic to grow over time. And we all can bear witness to that. However, it doesn't mean there's no solution, or it doesn't mean it can't change. We just have to put forth the proper energy, will, application, and consistency, and of course unity to make it happen. And it don't have to be no marching and all this, it don't have to be that way. Everybody just keep their word and stay on the goal. So the example of Christmas is like that's just let you know how everyone follows something that's not even real. So how much more things that we're doing in our time, in our life, that we're actually following something that we know it ain't real. So we have to really, really, really look at the time in which we're living in, the conditions, and what we're going to do and what must be done to actually change the condition that we're seeing.
Well, let me share something on that. Because something that's very current and considering about time. Some people live their life in a little county or town or city or neighborhood or borough, whatever the case may be. They're just sitting in there and like, oh man, life is good. But we just recently had a tornado that went through the Midwest. We had a tornado that hit Kentucky. It erased a town.
Right.
Erased. What do you think these people that thought that I don't know if they was at work or if they was at home, but within that time period, it was took it by way of natural disaster. So that is very, very key to know that time is very, very precious.
Yeah.
And some of our youth today thinking that time is so short that they got to go hard and go fast and hard. You know what I'm saying? Because they see a lot of time, but like I said, we only here for a short period of time. We should want to enjoy it into our maximum. We don't want to come to here on the planet to struggle in and then we get to a point where we gotta struggle right back out. That's not what life was expected to be.
Right.
And we got to change that reality. I don't know if it's going to be in my time or be in his time, but the only time I do know, what are you doing, man?
Making notes.
Yeah. But you know,
Stop this whole motion.
huh? Yeah. I'm sorry, man. You over here, you going deep, boy. You over there searching, boy. You know. But the thing of it is that time we don't have, and we have to utilize it, maximize it at the point and where we are today. Now, you know, we got all these little things that's happening in the politician and food and music and so many different various areas, and we don't have a lot of time. We got to take the time that we have and try to use it for its maximum.
Right. That's very key, man. Yeah, that's very key. What I was writing down, you know, still relating to the topic that we're on, time and energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything takes energy. You know, it does take energy to produce what we have. There's a lot of people out here that have like avenues to bring solutions to the health of one another, self and others. You know, they take the time to master that. That's a beautiful thing, because whatever the planet has with it, it produces it. Whatever God put into motion is for all of us to utilize in His right design.
Mm-hmm.
So when you take the time, the opportunity to start investing in oneself, then you start to measure and stretch your time, your lifespan, etc. And the more that's done with more than just yourself, the more you will have. So it's not like it can't be done. It's not like it's not being done. We just have to take the time, as it was shared, and magnify our life far better than what it is that people want to expect for us to be. So when you mentioned about the retirement, that's so key, because someone said, okay, at this point you could retire, but we know if we put you through some labor, you may not even make it that long to enjoy it. And if you do, you ain't gonna enjoy it too much, because we marked the time to be where it's like close to the exit of the 75, if that's gonna be that way.
Right.
And you know, I know there's a lot of intelligent people in this world. I know that, you know, because I meet them quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? And everywhere I've been, I've met quite a bit of intelligent people, geniuses at that, and very gifted. So all of you all who are just that, I know you understand this idea, this concept, or this topic, which is about time and energy. So therefore, in that example about something being wrong, that's true. So when you produce what is positive, what does time look like then? What does it look like? You don't think about what's wrong. You just doing because it's right to do. It's just like breathing. You don't think about you breathing until what? If you have, unfortunately, those who have asthma, you think about breathing because that's a condition. If you don't have that, you don't think about breathing in that way because you're normally going the way the body's designed to breathe. So it's no different with life. It's no different with how we're going to live our life individually, collectively, planet-wise. It has to be right, because everything we could bear witness to don't represent life in this country and beyond. There is some positive and there's some negative. We got to take the positive, magnify that. Anything other than that is going to just keep shortening less than 75 years. There's a lot of people who left before 75.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who left after 75.
Yeah.
So now the question should be, or put our energy to, like, man, how can I get that point? Mm-hmm. Just keep your thoughts positive, take care of your body, all those around you, and do what's right, because it's right to do. So the energy, the thought energy that you have, it should be just that.
You know. Sometimes I sit outside and I look at just look at the trees, look at the bushes, and I look at the ground, the grass, and look at the different types of trees, different types of bushes. They all sitting there and just mind their own business, ain't bothering nobody. They grow up out of the earth and be what it's intended to be,
Right.
and that's it.
Right.
Every species on earth should be doing the same thing. We are species. We call the human species, but we are a species. But we supposed to be in a environment where no matter what color you are, no matter what shade you are, no matter what language that you speak, regardless, you have a part of this earth that belongs to you.
Yes.
if you're standing right where you at, if you're sitting right where you're sitting,
Right.
I can't just jump on you and just take that spot unless I push you,
Right.
move you, and then I take that spot. But as long as you sitting there or standing there, you're in that spot. Nobody can take that from you.
And you know that example you just shared. Now, someone out there is thinking like this. You can actually do that, but the results will be there's an interruption. Something took place that's not right.
Right.
So what was described from yourself is there's a right way of doing everything. That is the point.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the simple example, like me sitting in a chair, if he wants this chair, then he will either have to move me, I get up, whatever. But if he just jumps on me, okay, boom, I fall over, get hurt, blah, blah, blah. That's where the wrong is at. So that's just a small physical example. So just imagine that in your thought patterns every day when you thinking, sleeping to yourself or whatever, how you think on things,
True.
which
Fact.
is still energy. So we want to always have our thought energy in a positive way to the best of our ability. And the more you put it out there like that and really genuine about it, the more you're going to attract that right energy in the form of intelligence as far as human life, human species, as my brother was talking about. So you will attract that. And then once that happens, now it's time to treat it right. So we can start expanding our livelihood based upon how long we will, basically for according to our will.
The energy is a very powerful topic
Yeah.
because everything that's around us, resonate in us, out of us, is all energy.
Yes, that's true.
And I give an example. Of that, like that water over there. The Chinese took the water, took a glass of water, 6 glasses, and gave 8 people out a piece of paper. Took 3 people to say write something positive, and the other 3 people write something negative, and they taped it on the glass, put it in the freezer, and froze it. When they took it out and take a part of it and put it under a microscope, all the positive words have pretty crystals, like almost like, you know how you see snowflakes. So every time snowflake got a different design, but it's pretty and it's structured and it's got form. And however, all the negative words that was attached to the glass and frozen and took it out and put it into a microscope, it was all distorted and it had no form. It looked rigid. There was nothing peaceful about it. It was just like, it just messed with your own energy. So it was showing you how powerful energy is in everything. So whatever we spew out of our mouth, whatever we think, whatever we do, all that energy gonna have to circle itself right back to its creative source.
Right.
And that creative source is you. So whatever you put out that's negative of energy, it's gonna come back at you. That's just the way life is. You know what I'm saying? So energy in its entirety is a positive thing. However, there's many spectrums of the energy. Like if you go into frequencies, you know, they got from 20,000 hertz to 20,000 kilohertz, and the low vibrations. You know what I'm saying? They deal with the vibration of the lower self, and you got these high vibrations that deal with your ears. That they get so high that you can't even. It's so pitched so high that you can't even hear. The human ear cannot detect it, but a dog can hear those 20,000 kilohertz and things of that nature. Can hear those sounds. So I'm just saying that there's different things that's in the planet, that's in the universe that we are part of, but we don't even get to experience it because we still operate under somebody else's theology. That was be killing me.
And even the energy of the sun, you know, that energy is so powerful that you can't even look at it with your blind eye, but you can show enough benefit from the heat of it. So it's it's designed not to take it on directly like that. However, it is designed to actually give off life combined with different other energies like moisture, land, plant life, greenery. So all that is combined because too much of the sun can burn you. Like we all know that.
Yeah.
So that's just another example we all live every day. You know, our thoughts, you know, the physical sun, you know, the water energy. It's a whole lot. Plant life, earth energy. So when everything is vibrating properly from yourself to outward of yourself, then you're going to attract that. So since if you understand how things come out, go back, then you always want to put out what is right. You know what I'm saying, to the best. Even if you speak to somebody and say, hey, how you doing? You know, instead of saying hello, hello, that energy right there is low. So you want to say, hey, how you doing? Oh, love and peace, how's everybody doing? Hey, always want to keep a positive word there so that way you can always inspire someone. How's your day going? Just ask somebody how their day is going. You never know, but as soon as you do it, you'll see. So, energy is very important.
Let me give you an example of that in music. Like if you want to slow things down or you want to get romantic, you get some slow music.
Right.
Slow music make you want to slow everything down and shut off the lights and get close to one another and hug. Then if you want to feel vibrant and you want to feel happy, you want to birthday time and celebration time and anniversary time, you want some fast music. You want to you want to groove, you want to move, that energy, oh yeah, because and it makes you feel good. You rocking and reeling. We come up with the electric slide and we come up with the stepping and we coming up with all these different types of dancing, twerking. I don't care. And even though even though they twerking, but they moving real fast. Bam, 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 bam. You know what I'm saying? But it's the energy. The energy makes you move. That's the idea. Yeah. So even though you could break the energy down and slow it down a little bit, and you want to get it, hey baby, hey, how you doing? He go get me that Coke 45.
Get you a little soda. Get a little soda over there. A little soda. Yeah, take the kids. Get a little soda.
Go get that soda. Man, you want to slow it down. You know what I'm saying? You want to get relaxed. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with slow vibration. It's how you use it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then when you want to step it up,
so even in that, there's always.
You got Brazilian music, you got Latino music, you got music from Cuba, you got African music, you got Afrobeat music, you got Jamaican. Well, Jamaican music got the dum 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 dum, and you go, oh, ganja. But hold on. But you gotta esta loca, esta loca, esta loca, esta loca, dame bebo, hey, dame bebo. You know what I'm saying? So you be like that, oh man, you be want to get the maracas and shit. You like, man, I'm enjoying this thing. I mean, but that is inspiring. And that is so exuberant, and it makes you feel good. You feel positive. You love everybody. Everybody's happy, and that's what we want to see throughout our time here. And to see everybody happy, enjoying life, because we don't have a lot of time. So look, listen, we're gonna cut it off short, and we just enjoy. Because we will keep going on and on and on and on and on. But we just want to let you know the brothers are here. Where is the love? The love is here. And any topic that we come to you is for you to endure and to take in and spread it out to the rest of the world. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that like button. That's what they call it, the like button.
Yeah.
And that little bell thing to let you know that when we have our next show that you be right there in tune, because we want everybody to see this. Everybody need to touch this vibration, this time that we are living in. Everybody need to feel this energy. Go ahead, bro.
And before we leave, I want to read the meaning of life, God meaning of life. Y'all listen to this. This is so much on time, just to show you how real this is. Life, to lift a living elevation, an activity that will always inspire you to live, the force that causes things to be. Hold on, let this thing get out of my way. Oh Lord, hold on. Let me. All right, let me get this back. Gotta read that again. Because this is so important. All right, life, to lift a living elevation, an activity that will always inspire you to live, the force that causes things to be alive or self-propelled.
Well, that's food for thought right there.
That we're gonna leave it on that one because the next program we do, we gotta get into the life activity, man. Because first it's the time, the energy, and we gotta step into the life activity because they're all in sync.
So in that,
that
the
note-
brother said, peace.
Boom!
We out of here.
Yeah.
The brothers, the brothers, the brothers, the brothers, the brothers. The brothers, the brothers, the brothers, the brothers, the brothers. We need high vibration. Let's unite. We need dedication. Let's get rid of negativity. We need liberation.